Hey YouTube, I got a quick one for you today. Couldn't really think of what to do, but I've got these cool action figures called Glyos, and I really like them. I discovered them earlier this year on Craftsman's channel.
Hello, and welcome to the Craftsman Show. My name is your host, the Craftsman.
He's a pretty cool guy. I've mentioned him before. Go check him out. I'll put his link down in the doobly-doo. Basically, they're action figures that are like G.I. Joe or, any toys you had in the 90s if you're from my generation. Or I guess, there's some of the stuff now by like, Todd McFarlane and stuff that's like really crazy and people get really into it. But the cool thing about Glyos is they're segmented. I'm going to show you here in a second. And you can pop off pieces and switch them with other manufacturers or other styles in that line. It's pretty cool stuff. So the Glyos system was developed by Matt Dowdy. He does Onell design. It's pretty cool. I've got a bunch of Onell stuff. I've actually got some on the way right now from the most recent wave. The independent manufacturers basically go through him and are like, hey, is it cool if I do this? And he's like, yeah, go for it. Or he's like, nah, maybe not. But from my understanding, I've never dealt with him other than buying from him, is that he's pretty cool about it. And as long as you're not going to do something stupid or, try to make the whole line of stuff just look goofy or something, he's pretty cool. If you wanted to get into it, your mileage may vary, and that's way outside of my scope of expertise. But this stuff's pretty cool. And there's a bunch of companies that do these, mainly just like independent people. Onell Design, Toy Pizza. I have a lot of Toy Pizza stuff. I help fund their Patreon. I really like it because it reminds me a lot of the G.I. Joe stuff. I'll kind of show you that here in a minute. Nemo's Factory. The first thing I bought was an AV bot from Nemo's Factory, and I think I've got it out here. I'll show it to you here in a second, or I'll show you some from his line, from his most recent wave. There's a bunch of these companies, but those are, Spaced Out Design. I like Spaced Out Design too. And there's different stuff for different people, and the waves kind of come and they sell out real quick because this is not a big budget thing. It's a small thing. But let's take a look at Glyos. So a lot of my stuff I just leave sealed. I don't plan to resell any of it ever, but if I'm not going to immediately open it and do something with it, I just leave it in the plastic, and I have no qualms about opening it at a later time. This is from the most recent wave from Nemo's Factory. This is one of his cool robots that I first saw. Craftsman had one of the AV bots that I bought on his channel.
Ow, right.
This is the Hollow Jack from him. As you can see, he's got different heads in there. He's got like this sensor one, and he's got this camera looking one, and you can just pop his head off and that pegs right in, and his arms come apart and his legs come apart. Here's one that's come apart in the packaging. You can see how the feet came off the legs. This is a Toy Pizza one. Sorry about the glare. Let me get one that's again, sorry, it's in a package, but that guy's pretty cool too. There's a whole line of these, and they're just so fun. But let me get one that's open. These guys I really like. Sorry. Oh, here we go. I'll show you erratic. So these are from Toy Pizza. I love these things that Matt made because they give you like I don't know, they just remind me so much of G.I. Joe and stuff. And as you can tell, a little bit of force. It helps if you heat them with warm water first, but I don't want to go through all of that. And see, his head just comes off. Some people use a ball socket. Some people use a peg. The ball socket gives you more articulation at the head. And you just snap it right back on. And same thing, his arms come off. And the cool thing about Glyos is it's actually this peg. That's the part that really makes this thing ingenious. With these pegs that the Dowdy designed, you just, you pop them back together. And it's pretty cool. Well, if I can get him back on there. Like I said, this is a lot easier to do if you warm it up with water a little bit. So we'll move on. And I'll come back to him. Here is also from Knights of the Slice. These don't really jive well with everything else I've got, but it's a night and my wife and I have, little flimsy suits of armor and stuff. But, his wrists come off, his forearm comes off, then his upper arm and, his torso, his helmet. Same thing with the legs. I believe they come apart in two, maybe 3 places. Just a fun little thing. Let me show you one of these cool robots. Oh, no, hold on. So, when I saw these this summer, I just had to buy them because for some reason, the whole, cheeseburger head thing, I don't know, I was a big fan of Strong Bad, and for some reason, it just, really cried out to me as Strong Bad because, the Mexican wrestling mask and stuff, they're not, intended to be like that. But this guy actually came with, a plethora, a proper crazy amount of heads. He's got this little apple head that's got a bite out of it. You've got, I guess, this lemon head, the ice cream one. Just cool stuff. You got a donut head, you got a fry head, you got a normal guy head, and they're just these, there's a little miniature version. These things are so fun. This is called Glyos. I loved action figures as a child, and, I kind of grew out of them, and I have friends that are still really big into them, and sorry if you can hear the heater. We got snow today, so it's a little toasty out there. Yeah. Here's my first Glyos. Let me get him out here, and I'll show you what I meant earlier. So this is the AV bot, little chrome guy. Kind of reminded me of Cylon. I think Craftsman may have even said something like that in his video when he was showing off his. And again, just go check out Craftsman. He's such a cool guy. He doesn't show his face. He just shows his hands and a little puppet, and it's a character, and it just becomes a whole thing, and it's fun. And he talks about Craft's mama and Craft's son. But as we can see here, these ones don't use the ball joint. They use the Glyos peg. Ooh, if I can get it off without breaking it. There we go. Again, warm water makes this a whole lot easier. But see, you can see the peg, and that's what makes Glyos Glyos. And same thing, his arms come right off. Those came off a little easier. See, again, there's that little Glyos peg. And, I could take off one of his legs here. See how they come off, and I could put it, again, Glyos peg. I can pop that in and do it in his arm socket, shoulder socket, and look, now he's got a leg for an arm. But you can see how you could do all kinds of crazy customization with these. It's fun stuff. Sorry about the lighting, guys. Sorry about the audio, because I know you can probably hear the heater. I just wanted to show you a quick video, and I know this is already almost 6 minutes long. I'll wrap it up there. I'll put links for the Glyos stuff and some of my favorite stores in the comments. Just check it out. Here's one last thing I like. I have tons of these guys in a bunch of different color combinations. The manufacturers will find something they like a lot of the time, and then they'll just, in the next waves, they'll change the color schemes. You kind of saw that with the AV bot and then the Halloween bot. They're same bodies, they just change the color scheme. These are the same way, but I love these little classic robots. All right, guys, that's been Glyos. I'll see you next week. Bye.